So just this morning here in the United States, we got a very interesting report. It's the JOLTS report. This shows the new job openings here in the United States. But this report greatly contradicts what we are currently seeing and experiencing. That's why I want to bring you this update to show you what the report said, but also what we are seeing here in the US economy, because the report and the economy aren't really aligned. I want to break this down, show you what's happening and why you're probably experiencing more job losses and less hiring. So I'll break this down in just a moment, but first, before I do, all I ask is one thing. Takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So first off, what is in the report? What is this JOLTS report? Well, look at this. It says job openings showed surprising increase to 7.4 million in April. Okay, so we got more job openings. That means more people are being hired. That means manufacturing's going up, retail's going up, everything is booming, right? Well, not so fast. I want to read you this. Look at this. It says, employers increased job openings more than expected in April, while hiring and layoffs also both rose. So, we got hiring and layoffs both increased. Is that good news or bad news? Well, we'll figure it out later. It says the Bureau of Labor Statistics Job Openings and Labor Turnover Survey, this is the JOLTS report, showed available jobs totaled nearly 7.4 million, an increase of 191,000 from March and higher than the 7.1 million consensus forecast by economists. It goes on to say, the ratio of available jobs to unemployed workers was down 1.03 to 1 for the month, close to the March level. Okay. So the ratio of available jobs to the unemployed workers is pretty much 1 to 1. Okay. This is good, right? This means that the amount of people that are unemployed, for every single unemployed person, we have one available job for them. This means every single person is about to come out of unemployment, right? Well, wrong. Let's keep reading this. It says hiring also increased for the month, rising by 169,000 to 5.6 million, while layoffs rose by 196,000 to 1.74 million. Okay, so right here, we can see we hired 169,000, but we also laid off 196. So was that 27,000 person difference? That's substantial, but it's not excessive. It's not something we can't withstand. It says quits, an indicator of worker confidence in their ability to find another job, edged lower, falling by 150,000 to 3.2 million. So right there, people are not quitting as quickly as they once were, simply because they're not confident they're going to get a job. Well, look at this. This is from Reddit, okay? This person asked, this was 5 months ago. It says, why is it so hard to land any job? It says, I was laid off of a job I thought I'd be doing as a long-term career because the company was downsizing. It's been almost 3 months since I lost my job, and I've applied to probably 80 plus jobs and only gotten 2 interviews. I'm even applying to jobs that high schoolers would be qualified for, such as restaurants, coffee shops, grocery stores, and gas stations. I'm a 30-year-old male and still can't find a job. Is this normal to have to apply to so many jobs before getting one? The job market is just this competitive right now, or what? It says it's taking a toll on my mental health at this point, applying over and over and over again just to get no response from companies. I'm lucky enough that I can live with my parents right now, but it's miserable applying to so many jobs with very little to show for it. Somebody wrote, same here, brother. Been applying for so many jobs and couldn't even land one. It's just unbelievable. I'm getting stressed out for being jobless. I can't even land a basic job, and I have qualifications and all. It's weird. I'm still trying though. Okay. Here's what's happening right now. there are more jobs available. But here's the thing that we are seeing. We are seeing more and more companies are opening up these positions, but they're not hiring yet. Okay? They're calling people in for interviews here and there, but they're only calling people in that are overqualified for the position. One of the things that I was talking to a friend of mine about just recently, and I understand his thinking because he's a manager. He doesn't really own the business. He's just been there since the beginning. Anyway, what he said was, we are calling in we're calling in applicants, potential employees, and we are trying to find people that have been unemployed for quite some time because they've pretty much lost their not desire, but lost their previous skills. Can be easier to teach the new way. So essentially what he's saying is, if you've been unemployed for 2 months, they're probably not going to call you in. They're probably not going to hire you. But if you've been unemployed for a year, you pretty much lost all the skills that you once had. You lost all that knowledge that you once had. And now it's going to be easier to retrain you based off of what they want. What they're trying to do is push you towards AI. Push you towards using technology as a way to really scale their business. Just listen to this though.
It's not a surprise that you can't find a job. I'm trying to tell you right now, this is the beginning of the artificial intelligence, let's just call it nosedive. Entry-level jobs are disappearing all over the place. People who just graduated, I know you guys are struggling to find a job. That's not gonna stop. I want to be pretty honest with you. What you're experiencing is the beginning of the artificial intelligence wave of destruction. Even the CEO of Anthropic had to admit that in an interview with Axios. Go read that article. It's available now. They talked about it on Morning Joe on the news. So if they talked about it on the news with the old timers, what do you think about the seriousness of this situation? People are asking all the time, what should you do? Here's my honest answer. Focus on people-based experiences. Learn how to start building stuff with your hands. The artificial intelligence wave is here.
He's not wrong. Learn how to build stuff with your hands. I have a friend of mine who's been a roofer for a long time. And his company, again, he doesn't own it, but his company decided they were going to invest in this robot that you mount up on the roof, and it will lay the roof and it will put all the shingles down. It's interesting. Now, he could potentially be out of a job. There's people that build houses, framers, for example. You think they're untouchable? No. Now they're building houses with concrete. They're using 3D printers, massive 3D printers, and they're building 3D communities where now they're pretty much just the little machine goes around and does the whole frame of the home, and then people come in and they build on top of it and inside of it. It's a very interesting way to do things. I've talked about this before, where I know several people that their business, they used to be in landscaping, and one of my friends, he has a landscaping business that he pretty much got rid of all of his employees, just a handful, and now he uses robots. He uses large commercial grade lawnmowers, and they drop them off at a yard, and set it mows the lawn, and then he walks off. And so what's interesting about this is kind of what we're seeing. We are seeing people that are now becoming more managers of AI, just to oversee things. But again, we don't need 50 people to run a business like we once did. Just from the marketing space, you don't even need marketing managers anymore. It's completely different. You go, and if somebody wants to create for example, YouTube thumbnail, there's software out there that will create it for you. There's software out there that will create videos for you. It's not 100%, doesn't look 100% authentic, but again, there's software out there that will do it. And again, I bring this up because this is now what we're facing, where now it's difficult to find a job because you have to find a job that employer hasn't already turned to AI. But the downfall of the employers that haven't is that you may be getting a job that could be on the brink of pretty much, elimination here in the next few years. I want to show you one other thing, though. I want to read this as well because this was just from today. This again is from Reddit. It says entry-level jobs don't exist anymore, and some don't. It says I graduated college with a BBA in accounting in December of 2023. I was working at a grocery store during my undergrad and had quit the job in August of 2024. I've been applying to every single entry-level accounting job that I see, but for some odd reason, I can't get hired. I don't know if people who have years of experience are taking all the entry-level jobs and leaving no opportunities for new grads because I honestly feel I'm stuck. I've been unemployed for 20 months and I'm losing hope that I will never find a job again, and I have bills that keep piling up. I feel like my degree is a waste. Plenty of people that have gotten degrees over the past several years are going to feel like their degree was a waste. That going to college was a waste of time and money, and it may be. And the reason I say this is because over the past several years, just think about this for example. You started college in 2022, and you graduated in 2024, 2025, okay? Or even you started in 2021. So you started something during the pandemic when AI was still developing, right? There was still this, people were still working. Now, 3 to 4 years later, you have to compete with AI. But nobody told you that when you go into college. Nobody told you that this was coming. That's the concern, is that the people that went to college over the past 5 years, your degree may be absolutely worthless because now AI can actually handle a lot of the things that you're doing. For instance, this person that graduated with a BBA in accounting, you can go on to ChatGPT, you can go on to many other different AI softwares as well. You can actually do a lot of that stuff right through their system. You don't need to go to an accountant. Now, an accountant's great to bounce ideas off of, file taxes, do payroll, other things like that. But again, in this day and age, honestly, you could probably get away with it with not having an accountant. So we'll see what happens moving forward. But the one thing I can tell you right now is it's somewhat interesting that job openings increased, but yet we're still experiencing layoffs. We're still experiencing, again, there's some hiring going on. But the crazy thing is more and more people are saying, I've been applying for all these positions, but I'm not getting called back for an interview. I'm not getting called back for another position. And when I go and go back to that employer, the job is still there, but yet I'm overqualified. What is going on? Honestly, I don't know. I honestly don't know what is happening at this time because these reports keep coming out that contradict what we are actually seeing in the United States. So, as we get more information on this, I promise I'll bring you all the latest news and updates, but that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.